Okay, dan that square, hierdie tot die mag 2, tel vir alles binne in my hakkie. So 1 tot die mag 1, ek gaan nou maar eerder die antwoord hier langs die kant skryf, is 1. 2 to the power of 2 will be 4. A to the power of 2 tot die mag 2. Wat doen ek met daai mag tot die mag? Maal. So hy raak tot die mag 4 en dan B tot die mag 2. Is julle reg daar? Kan ek maar skip? Ja. Yeah, technically at the top, the 3 and the 2, it's 3 times 2. Okay, so that's 6. So at the top, I would have 6. Another way, ek gaan gou vinnig hierso. Another way would be, ek gaan nou terugskep, would be to say that 3a to the power 3 times 2a to the power 5 will become 6a to the power of 8. And then the bottom would look like that. You fine with that? Okay. Then I'll say 6 goes in once, 6 goes in twice. If I take a to the power of 8 at the top, I take a to the power of 8 at the top, so there would be 2 left. So it still gives me, at the top you'll see the 1 was left, at the bottom 2, that one, then a to the power of 2, b, still to the power of 2. Does it now make more sense? Okay. And just remember that that to the power of 2 applies to everything inside the bracket. So the 1 and the 2 and the a squared and the b. No? You good? Enigiemand anders? Okay. Right, nou soos by B. By 2 sê hulle vir my 2p tot die mag 0. And anything to the power of 0 is 1. Al is dit onbekennis, ons hoef nie te weet wat hy is nie. Dit maak nie saak nie, né? So a to the power of 2 to the power of minus 2. Now we said when we've got a power to the power, we're going to multiply them. So dit gaan wees a tot die mag minus 4. En vir nou het hulle niks gesê van write it with a positive exponent, whatever. So you could have left it just like that. Okay. Goed, dan nummer 8. 11a tot die mag minus 3. Vir wie tel daai minus 3? Net vir die a. Good. Okay, right. So, this is all multiplication. So, the coefficients, 11 times 11 gives me 121. And dan, a to die mag minus 3 times y to the power of 6 times y to the power of minus 3. Nou, sien jy, almal het 'n basis van a, nee? En ons is besig om te maal. So, what are we going to do with our exponents? We're going to add. Now, hierdie stappies skryf ek vir jou, but you don't have to. So, technically, you would be doing this. Minus 3 plus the 6 plus that minus 3. Nee, stem julle saam? Goed, so jou finale antwoord kon jy direk net, 121, kon jy direk net geskep het na, kyk daai plus en daai minus, it becomes a minus. So, I've got minus 3 plus 6, which gives me 3, and then minus 3, which gives me 0. En a tot die mag 0 is 1, so jou finale antwoord is net 121. Who got that one? Good. Okay, kan ek skip? Hands up, we still copying. Niemand. Ja.
If you find it is this like 11 y minus 6, 11 y 6, like you took out the y minus 6. Instead of doing that, showing that 1.1 y 0.
Yeah. Some of you might have skipped directly from here to there.
And I wanted to ask, by 5, I did say a minus 4 is 1 over
a to the power of positive 4. Yeah, good. It's fine, yeah. Goed, by 11. 3a tot die mag minus 3. Nee, het was ook gesê van positiewe eksponent. Okay, good. So actually we couldn't go any further than this. Nee? The only thing that you could have done is write it with a positive exponent. Nee? So onthou net, hy lyk mos nou eintlik so. So al wat we onder toe skuif is daai a to the mag minus 3. Nee? The 3 is going to stay at the top. So you would have 3 over a to the power of positive 3. Okay. 14. Okay. That 4.2 means 4 times 2. Nee? So is eintlik 8 tot die mag minus 2. Nee? Okay, and that's the same as 1 over a to the power of positive 2. Met ander woorde 1 op 64. Any questions there? Can I skip? Okay, number 17. 2 op 3 to the mag minus 2. Okay, I'm going to move that 3 up so it will become 2 times 3 to the power of positive 2. Nee. Goed, en die 3 tot die mag 2 is mos eintlik 9. 2 maal 9 geef my 18. Any questions there? Okay, over here, I'm going to move that one to the top. The 2 is going to stay at the bottom, no? So jy gaan hy x to die mag positief 4 op 2. Gaan ek skip? Enige vrae? Is jy nog alright? Goed, niemand praat nie, so ek skip dan maar. Okay, so 5 to the mag minus 3 over 2 to the power of minus 3. Now, you didn't have to show the step, but if you listened while we did that slideshow, because both of those exponents are the same, you could have said 5 over 2 to the power of minus 3. Onthou julle dit of nie? Het julle dit, probeer nou dink, julle het dit in graad 9 gehad, nee? Het julle hom gedoen? Nee. Ok, goed. Kom ek gaan nou weer verduidelik. Kom ek skryf gou eers vir jou miskien 'n ander stappie wat jy beter sou, of wat jy heel waarskynlik sou gedoen het. You might have gone and said, I want to change that exponent and take it to the top. No. And I want to change this exponent, so I'm going to take it to the bottom. Wat beteken, dit raak dan 2 tot die mag positief 3 op 5 tot die mag positief 3. Nee. Ok. Nou, wat ek wil hê jy moet vir my sien is dat die eksponent vir albei van hulle is dieselfde. Nee. So dit is hoekom ek kon gaan sê, kom ons gebruik dan nou daai 2 op 5, sit hom in hakies en sê dit tot die mag 3. Maar dit is nie nodig dat jy dit nou met hierdie ene spesifiek so moes gedoen het nie, nee? You would still get to the same answer if you used your method. I'm just showing you that if the exponent is the same, you could have put the fraction in brackets and said that whole thing to the power 3. Want in graad 9 het jy hom net andersom gedoen. In graad 9 het ek vir jou dit gegee. Nee. And then you knew that that to the power 3 applies to everything inside. Excuse, ek sien nou jy kan nie hy 3 sien nie. It applies to the 2 and to the 5. So ek het nou net basies die omgekeerde daarvan gedoen. Okay. Goed. Yes.
I just wanted to know why the symbol, like the minus, changes for the exponent and not for the other.
Remember the previous, let me skip back over here. What we did here is to change that exponent. We took it to the other side of the fraction, nee? But the x stayed a positive x, nee? Dis so goed soos, let me write it to you this way. Kom ek werk net gou met die 5 tot die mag. I'm not using that whole thing. Can I work with just this? Is that all right? Okay. So basically what happens here is instead of that 1, en dit gaan dalk nou 'n bietjie meer complicated klink, maar dis nou net omdat jy dit gevra het, né? That 1, I could go make the base the same. 1 is the same as 2 to the power of 0, né? And I'm specifically using 2 because at the bottom I have a base of 2, né? Okay, so if you look at this whole thing, it's actually 2 to the power of 0 divided by 2 to the power of minus 3, né? And when base is the same and we divide, what do we do with exponents? We minus, okay? So that will be the same as 2 to the power of 0 minus 3, nee, which will be 0 plus 3, which means 2 to the power of positive 3. So that, this, we're skipping all of that and just saying,
Dames en heren, jammer vir die onderbreking. Kan die volgende leerders asseblief nou dadelik afkom na die vlagpaal toe? Jonique Hoorn, Jody Rose Willemse, Julian Miller, Bronwyn Bowers, Nadia Botha, Annelie de Toy, Throne Michaels, Walid Boerenbach, Kiana Leroux en Zaan Verloop. Dankie.
okay, so we're taking that to the top, nee? Means base stays the same, but exponent will become positive, nee? Dis net ons wys nie elke keer al daai stappe nie, but that shows you why the base still stays a positive 2. It's just the exponent sign that changes. Okay, maak dit sin? Okay, goed, so kom ons kom gou terug hier na 23 toe. So I think, instead of doing it like that, want ek kom agter julle is meer gemaklik met hierdie. 2 to the power of positive 3 over 5 to the power of positive 3. Dis julle meer gemaklik met hom, né? Okay, right. And 2 to the power of positive 3 is 8. En 5 tot die mag 3, 125. Enige vrae daar? Ja. It depends on what the instructions were. If they said simplify, then yes, get rid of the exponents. Okay. We will, in the test, I can tell you, leave your answer in exponential form. So then I don't want this. I want it as an exponent. Okay. But 26. A tot die mag 2. Kijk, so wat ek hier gaan doen, is ek gaan heel eers gou gaan vereenvoudig bo. Hier. Dis 4. Bo en onder die lyn. Okay. Daar's nie nog A, B's en C's nie, so all we could do is go and cancel out. First thing I see is d to the power of 8, d to the power of 8. Nee. And remember, I am allowed to cancel out, want daar's een term bo, een term onder. Nee. Okay, kom ons kyk gou. Die A's. A tot die mag 2 en onder het ek net A. You can only take the lowest exponent. So hoeveel kan ek uithaal? A, nee? So vat A onder en vat 'n A daarbo, met ander woorde daar bly enetjie oor. Okay, B tot die mag 3 op B tot die mag minus 4. Okay, now, when it gets to being positive and negative numbers, now just normal cancelling out like we did here becomes difficult. No. Good. So that is when we rather go write it in one line. No? Nou gaan kyk ons, omdat dit 'n breek is dit mos eintlik die boonstes gedeel deur die onderstes, né? And when your base is the same, as jou basis dieselfde is en ons deel, wat doen ons nou weer met eksponente? Minus. Goed. So. Kan ek maar hierdie hele ding so as ek hom nou van scratch af vat. A gaan wees 2 minus en wat's my eksponent hieronder? 1. Nee, daar's hy. Okay, so minus 1. Okay, dan B tot die mag 3 minus 4, so that's why it becomes plus 4. You guys fine with that? Okay. C minus 5 minus 6 met ander woorde hy raak plus 6, né? Is julle reg daar? En dan D tot die mag 8 minus 8. Goed. Lyk hy nie vir jou baie meer eenvoudig as jy hom so kan skryf? Okay. Ja.
Dis nog steeds reg as jy net dit verwissel of al
Uitgekanselleer het.
ja.
Ja.
Die minus wat gespat het en dan normaal het.
Yes. Ja. Jy kon, maar is net vir party kinders lyk dit meer na mekaar en daai minusse gooi hulle heeltemal omver, so dan is hierdie vir hulle makliker. So enige een van die twee metodes, solank dit dieselfde antwoord uitkom. Okay, right, so A's. A to the power of 2 minus 1 will just be 1, jy hoef nie daai 1 te skryf nie. B tot die mag 7, en dan C minus 5 plus 6 geef my 1, en dan D is mos nou eintlik D tot die mag 0, nee. Maar D tot die mag 0 is 1. So is it necessary for us to write that? No, you could have left out that. So jou finale antwoord is A, B tot die mag 7, C. Is julle reg? Good, can I skip? Niemand strei nie? Goed. Net die mag 4. Okay, jou heel eerste ding is raak ontslaaf van daai hakkie. Nee, met ander woorde, ek moet daai kwadraat gaan inmaal. Nou, x to the mag minus 2 tot die mag 2, I've got to multiply those, so it becomes minus 4. And then 4 times 2 gives me the 8. Right. Now it looks a lot like what we had just now. So ek gaan dit vir my makliker maak. Ek gaan sê x tot die mag minus 4, minus 4, en 8, y to the power of 8, minus 3. Dis hoekom my plus 3 raak. Nee? Okay, as ek dit gaan vereenvoudig, it would be x to the power of minus 6, y to the power of 11. Nou, jy kon hom so gelos het, want hulle het niks gesê van dit moet in positiewe eksponensiële vorm wees nie. Or you could have taken that x to the bottom, so it would be y to the power of 11 over x to the power of 6. Is julle reg daar? Good. Kan ek skip? Steek gaan op as jy nog skryf of vra het. Okay, 32, last one. Oopsie. Okay, kom ons raak gou eers ontslaaf van al die hakies. Right, let's look at this first part. Oopsie. This one. Wat moet ek eers doen? Eers die 2 inmaal of eers die tot die mag 3 doen? First to the power 3, nee. Okay. Goed, so daai tot die mag 3 tel natuurlik vir alles. So dit gaan raak a tot die mag positief 6. Want minus 2 maal minus 3, nee. B to the power of minus 6. O, julle hierdie ding is officially besig om te gaan. Times a to the power of minus 6, b to the power of minus 6. Ek het net daar ook hakies gaan wegkry. Okay, kyk gou hierdie eerste enetjie, ek wil nou net gou spasie spaar. Hierdie 2 gaan ek mos nou moet gaan inmaal, né? Nee? En as ek dit gaan inmaal, gaan hy eintlik mos maar net so lyk. Stem julle saam? Nee. Goed. At the bottom, 2 to the power of 2 gives me 4, and b to the power of minus 6 to the power of 2 will be minus 12. Good. So at the top, I actually have 2 en dan a tot die mag 6 plus minus 6 geef my 0. Right? And then b to the power of minus 6 plus minus 6 will give me b to the power of minus 12. Dan onder die lyn het ek mos 4b tot die mag minus 12. Kom. And now those b to the power of minus 12 will cancel out, so I'm only left with 2 over 4, wat vir my gee 11. Who got that one? Good. Baie mooi. Okay, nou wil ek gou gaan kyk na waar ons basis nie so eenvoudig is nie. Like those ones that you got in that project as well. Nee? Kan ek maar skiet? Of nie projekkie ondersoek. Right, so example 1. Ek gee vir jou 16 kwadraat maal 3 tot die mag 2 tot die mag 4 over 2 to the power of 7, 2 to the power of 5, 81. Good. So, and the instructions here basically just say simplify, né? Vereenvoudig. Now, step 1 is get all your bases in terms of prime numbers, né? Skryf miskien daar vir jou neer. Stap 1, kry al jou basisse in terme van priem getalle. Goed. Met ander woorde, hierdie 16 gaan moet verander, né? 16 is mos dieselfde as wat? Ek weet dis 4 kwadraat, maar is 4 'n priem getal? So hy kan nog kleiner. So wat gaan 16 wees? 2 tot die mag 4. Okay. Weet julle hoe om hierdie ook te kry op jou sakrekenaar? Do you guys know how to get that? Okay, as jy nie weet nie, haal gou uit, nee? We're working with the number 16. So the first thing you want to do is make your calculator realize that that's the number that I'm working with. So tik in 16 en dan sê jy net is gelyk aan. Nou weet hy, okay, dis die nommer waarmee ek werk. Dan druk jy vir my shift and then over here it says fact. Joune mag dalk op 'n ander plek sit, maar die meerderheid sakrekenaars is hier. Fact. Nou as jy dit shift fact druk, then it automatically gives you that number as a product of its prime factors. So sien jy, hy gee dit dan eerder vir jou as 2 tot die mag 4 in plaas van 4 kwadraat, né? So gebruik hierdie as jy enigstens sukkel. Okay, so 16 is 2 tot die mag 4 and that to the power of 4. Okay, hierdie 3 tot die mag 2 tot die mag 4, those two, I can actually go and multiply with each other. Met ander woorde, dit gaan dan wees 3 tot die mag 8. Is julle reg? Okay, die onderkant lyk nog eers gou eerste tweekies net so. The 81, I'm going to change to, hoeveel? Good. Het jy shift fact gebruik? Well done. Okay, 3 tot die mag 4. Nou sal jy sien, al my basisse is in terme van 2 en 3. Nee, all of them has either got a base of 2 or a base of 3. Now you could go and simplify those bases. At the top, 2 to the power of 4 to the power of 2 will give me 2 to the power of 8. En onder die lyn, 2 tot die mag 7 maal 2 to the mag 5 means that I can go and add those two exponents, so it will be 2 to the power of 12. Oh, sorry, julle is baie lelik geskryf. Is julle nog reg so ver? Okay, nou kan jy een van twee maniere gegaan het. If you were comfortable with just cancelling out, dan kan jy dit doen. Or if you want to write it at one line, onthou jy gaan dit al meer begin gebruik, so ek sou dit aanraai. Kom ons werk gou eers met al ons basisse van 2, meaning I'm looking at these two. Nee, en eintlik is dit mos 2 to the power of 8 divided by 2 to the power of 12. And when base is the same when we divide, what do we do with exponents? Minus, so it's actually 8 minus 12. Nee. Okay, and then 3 to the power of, so ek werk nou met die tweekies, dan is dit 8 minus 4. Nee. Okay, so 2 to the power of minus 4 times 3 to the power of 4. Okay, you could have left it like that. It all depends on what they say. Maar if the instructions were simplify, nee, dan moet jy dit vir my gaan ontslaa raak van daai eksponente. So ek soek dan nou 'n gewone getalletjie. Okay. Ek gaan nie vir jou huiswerk gee nie, nee? Ja, maar jy gaan wel môre kry. Okay.